really interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, really interesting how he considered the fold so heavily because people just under bluff in these $400 tournaments. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what are his bluffs? You know, like if we really think about it, like sure, ace high, like ace high has some showdown value if you had ace five, and when he raises the turn with maybe some backdoor diamond draw or something like that, he actually gets calls. And on this kind of board, like what hands do you have that you're folding?
And it's gonna have some misdraws and things too. So I think calling is the only option myself. Let's see if Boogaloo got away from it. Ooh, call is 6.
So this is close between call.
Really interesting. So call is 6, raise is 7,500 is 10 points. And I'm going to say he said that because this is a very bad player. And so he thinks the very bad player is going to stack off here with worse queens a lot. I'm going to guarantee that's what he's going to say. Very interesting, though. I thought call for sure was the right answer. I never am in this spot. I don't know. Interesting spot, too. I think this is a little bit of a lesson for everyone out there, too. A lot of times, the hands we want to float with, like this one, are better as raises. So this kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, and he was kind of an echo chamber for us there, saying, you know, we just get better hands to call and worse to fold.
Yep.
Like he's going to have some gut shots in his range. He's going to have spade draws. He's going to have king X. And we kind of, we kind of identify kind of what cards are going to be bad for us on future streets, and we're aware how to proceed on those cards.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a very good point, man. You right.
That was the best. You didn't say anything. You won. Just straight up.
You won. I'm just spewing.
All right, so ooh, look at this. You're not opening this. You just looked at this. You're not opening.
Button cut off, hijack, low jack, under the gun one. You are right.
Come on now. Okay. I am. So let's see if he.
He's got to open it, or there wouldn't be a hand.
You wouldn't
I'm
be
already
equipped.
down on points.
You're already down on points in real life. Now, obviously, you're gonna cheat, but
I'm gonna evolve.
you're gonna adapt, right?
All right, let's play it.
I'm going to cry if he says he's folding here. Like, if he's like, yeah, you should be folding this in this kind of tournament, and you were actually right. All right, cool.
Wah, wah.
Like a spot where we have
Ah!
standards.
Yes.
And the reason is because queen.
I just want to say for the record, that this is the best 3-point score I've ever gotten in my life. Because the right answer was fold.
Right? But you heard what he said about the tables. This is a 3K.
Here comes the excuses. 10
The
points
excuses
fold.
to
It says
open
right
if your
here.
table is particularly tight and weak. Welcome to the $5 2K world. I mean, the $11 10K. I'm opening this, yeah, for sure.
This is the best 3 points of my life.
Oh, that's hilarious. And everybody's 50.
Nailed it. What the hell kind of play is that from King Queen? Who does that?
What the hell? Yeah, so Amanda.
Jonathan Little's an absolute crusher, so it's nice to have him.
Yeah, I agree, and I
He's
always
just
love
coaching.
playing right after sessions like this because I feel like my brain's warmed up. I'm thinking through things, and so it's a good way to start your session for sure.
Right. All right, guys, this is it.
What's up, Mike? You want to give a gist? He was saying Narco Cop was playing about D-pipping about 28% of hands. He had been very aggressive in this $10 buy-in, and here are the options: to fold, to call, to raise to 1,200, raise to. What? Wait a minute. He made it 800, and my man's giving options for 12 and 1,400 ounces. So
Yep.
it's already getting kind of spicy. That's so nasty. To be on a site with these other crushers, well-known poker public figures is pretty exciting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't mention that when I was kind of giving a little intro here too. Assassinato, Matt Affleck, John Little, all coaches on the site, so very highly respectable, quality poker content.
Yep, Evan Jarvis as well. Remember Evan Jarvis, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, John Little.
Yeah, so I guess that just makes sense. He could just have the ace of clubs in his hand. That's interesting, though. I
How
thought
many
that was
points you got?
interesting.
You didn't do that bad. 45.
I like how you just pat me on the back. You didn't do that bad. Well, yeah, good job, buddy. Like,
The back.
I remember I got the higher score in the first one. So, you know, we're 1 for 1, buddy.
I just want to know.
Calling, guys. Let's see if we're good.
Similar situation. That's pre-flop? I think pre.
All right, guys, we're checking, I guess. Oh, for fuck's sake.
One of the things I see people when it comes to poker is when you can get to the turn and there's an opportunity.
When you're facing a min raise or just a touch more than a min raise, and there's an ante in play, which is going to be the case in most tournaments, I think, going forward, you want to defend pretty wide. If your opponent's making a 2.
All right, cool. You're going 1,400.
I'm going 1,400, guys.
I'm gonna go call with the arm and just see what happens.
All right, and
I would fold in game though, for the record, in case that's the winning game.
You won. You win. I have to concede. You win.
14K.
14K, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, no, we cannot win. This is a pretty rough spot because damn it.
Mm-hmm. Where you gonna get my chat? They like naughty things. They like just beer, alcohol, you know.
All right, let's do I can do a $10 ACR giveaway.
A $10 ACR giveaway courtesy of my man Toe. For me beating that ass heads up in this. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. We'll do this. We'll have to do it at least once a week, man. And then, you know, we'll do it. We'll do it every week a couple times.
So it's a tie.
I guess we got to give out $10 to each other's communities. We'll just do our own $10 free roll for each. Or does that sound fair?
Yes. You know what this means.
You win. I give his chat $10. Take it.
So that's cool because we have 2 ties and then a win from you and a win from me. This is like the epic battle. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, we're even Stevens.
This is awesome.
Take it.
I love it.
You know.
Stop. We got a giveaway going. Let's run the giveaway for the $10 ACR winner. Closing the giveaway. Drawing the winner. My man Sebs are getting the $10 ACR giveaway for this one.
All right, I'm live. What up? You live yet, my dude?
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. What's a few seconds early?
Oh shit, I didn't mean to click it. I got antsy. What up, guys? How's everybody doing? Oh shit, who we got? Drenning Grips. What's up, everybody? Toe Army, Sixes Mafia. Good to see you guys. You're excited. It's study time, you lazy son of a bitches. Let's get it in.
Rise and grind. It's time to get better while everyone else is sleeping.
Yes.
That's the secret of success. You want to kick this off? You started the stream early. I was letting you kind of run with it. You want me to take it?
Yeah, you know, you always do. I was just waiting for you to do what you always do. I was like, tell you gonna.
All right, guys, welcome to the Saturday morning study session stream. Brought to you by PokerCoaches.com. !PC in my chat. !PC in Six's chat. For you to get a link where you can sign up for free for 20 free quizzes, big blind charts for 100 blinds or more, and a shitload of homeworks and that kind of stuff. You can sign up for premium, where there is now 1,280 quizzes, a bunch of homeworks like live webinars with these guys, content you up the wazoo, more than you could possibly consume from crushers like my main man Grips, who's in the chat right now, and myself, Sixes, Jonathan Little, Lexi Gavin, Tristan Wade, Faraz Jaka, Matt Affleck, Casasinato, Acevedo, you know.
Jaffe.
Jaffe. The list goes on. Giraffe Ganger. Like, it just goes on and on.
Yeah, there's so many
on and on and on. So make sure you check out that stuff. We're coming to you every Saturday, noon Eastern. The way this is going to work is I am going to draw a winner from my chat. Sixes is going to draw a winner from his chat. Type in the chat, poker coaching, all one word, and you will be entered into the drawing. Once we draw a winner from each chat, we will take one of these quizzes you see on the screen. We'll let you guys answer. We'll go with whoever the winner of the draw is. If you get more points than Six's channel, you get $5. If you're on Six's channel, you get more points than the Toe Army, you get $5. We might throw a little extra heat. Actually, I know I have to throw a little extra heat on the first one. First one for me is worth $10 because I lost a bet, and they put it toward the stream. So
yeah, it'll be $10 here as well.
See, we peer pressured him into it.
Yep.
See that? So there you go.
Get in this first one, guys. The early birds. Poker coaching in the chat. It's gonna be $10. It's gonna be $10. So
how's the week been
definitely worth.
Sixes?
Oh shit, I've been
While we're waiting for shit to come in.
I've been just enjoying life. Just relaxing this week, not playing as hard, going on vacation next week. We got the Millie tomorrow, though, so that's a big day. Massive Sunday.
One last big one before you hit the road?
I think I'm going to have a week. I'm going to play all week and then vacation on Friday. Next Friday, I'll leave.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Which quiz do you want to do? Let's sort by turn.
Oh, well, I mean, should we do a Grips one and torch the Grips while he's actually in front of us today?
Absolutely. We've been following Evan through this Falls View tournament too, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, no, okay. Have a Grips tournament and just I will play along if we do. Oh, that'd be sweet. We'll definitely do one. I mean, we've been doing the your Falls View tournament.
We've been following it.
Yeah, for the whole series, actually. We've been doing them every week.
Hey, while I'm on it, too, Evan, I'm going to put you on the spot. Sixes is on vacation next week, so if you want to guest host with me, let me know if you're around and you can make it, buddy. I'd love to have you.
Yeah, I'm going to be gone next week, man. If you want to step in, you're more than welcome. Have Grips in here, guys. That'd be fun. Let's do it. He snaps that shit. What up, BG? He snap called.
Done.
What up, Millsbury? Good luck, everybody.
Is Marvel coaching available? Fair question.
1276 though. I think we got to start. We got to keep tradition and do the Faraz one, and it's a $10 one. So
I thought we were starting with Evan.
Fuck.
No.
No. It's $10 quiz. It has to be Faraz.
Evan, you got big timed. All right, let's draw a winner.
Tradition
it is. Sea Stars in the house for the Army.
Oh, well. It's fucking Deuterino, my dude.
Ooh, interesting. Two legends of the study stream.
Let's go.
All right, let's run this quiz and see what happens. Let's get this party started.
What up, GSD? 1276. I'm ready when you are.
Pito, thank you for the follow as well.
Oh, shit. All right.
1K buy-in tournament online. Pocket Kings in the cutoff. Our options are going to be to call for 100, min raise to 200, or to go all in.
All right away.
In reality, the stacks behind us were a little different. Some people had 25 big blinds, some 12, some 30, but as far as we're concerned, it was a 15 big blind effective stack. So for simplicity purposes, I'll just keep all the stacks behind 15. Go ahead and choose your answer.
200 for Sea Stars right out the gate, and he even tagged me. I told you he was a legend of the study stream.
All right. Big Town Brown. What's up, my man? I've done this quiz, bro. You can re-roll. I'll re-roll it, man. Thanks, Deuterino. I got you for the next one or something. I'm going to re-roll it. Deuterino did this one.
Got it.
Raging Owl with the last week for the first. Raging Owl, where we at? All here.
Told you.
All in. No, well, you actually got picked for this quiz, so you can make you can give a different answer. It's 15 BBs, yes.
Everybody will be going 200 except for Zuda Pairs, who went
Magic 1. Thank you so much for that follow.
Off the charts there.
Oh, it's 15 BBs. I'm all in. No, Smokey. Okay, Reginald's all in.
Can you get a
no, Smokey, no.
Can you get a
He
Pokemon
keeps
Go
going
stream
to
heads
do,
up
but
marble
you
match
won't
against
do it.
T-Legs? I like that. Heads up for rolls bounds. That's funny as hell.
All right. Well, Raging Al's all in.
I told you it was all in. I knew it was all in. C-Star's going 200.
All right. I'm never open ripping, so
Yeah, we don't want to rip this because we want to get called with kings, right? And so we should bin raise.
give them an opportunity to 3-bet worse.
But you want to rip hands that like are really good that need a little more protection. Like if you're going to rip ace queen here or something, that'd be different. But kings, aces, queens,
ace queen either.
min
Never.
raise. Me, they're on 15, but that's
Sure.
where 15 starts to get the cutoff, right? It's kind of where it cuts off. So
Yeah, I can see strategically if you're more comfortable using that strategy. I'm only raising.
Also, no reason to go 2.5 when we're on this stack size. The shorter we are, the more we want to min raise. We want to go bigger when we are deeper stacked for the 2.5x of zooted pairs. So yeah, min raise is what we're gonna do. That's what C-Stars is gonna do. You're gonna jam it, and
I mean, if I was in this spot, if I guess you could limp. I mean, if you're playing like 5-head poker and you have your limp strategy, if you actually have a limp strategy, I wonder if it would use this. Especially in a 1K, players may interpret that limp as a hand that you want to limp fold, or you're just trying to see a flop with and you don't want to raise fold, so you might get jammed on wider. But I don't know. I mean, I'd probably min raise, but I could see calling being the thing.
Limping definitely, I think, is partial strategy here for sure on the stack size.
I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't studied the limp too much, but I think it may be applicable here. So I don't know. We're all in though.
Cool. 200. Let's find out.
All in.
And
He likes
I'm
to
going to be
limp.
limping here all day. 15 big blind stack
It makes sense.
is
in a
one
way.
where we want to do a lot of limping on, or if all the players behind us were 15, and even if we were bigger, again, I'd like limping there, because if we raise, we're going to get shoved on a lot at this stack depth. So when we do have our other hands we want to limp that we don't want to get jammed on, it's nice to not have to waste 2 big blinds and only waste 1 big blind. So I might also limp other hands like jacks, queens, aces here, ace king suited, ace queen suited, ace king off and ace queen off. I might limp ace king off still, but the offsuit hands I'm a little more inclined to open them, to raise them. And that's because they don't play as well post flop, whereas the suited hands play well post flop, so I'm a little more open to trapping those hands. Evan folds a big blind, checks it. Flop is 10-5 deuce with 2 clubs. Checks to us. Our options here are to bet 100, bet 190, bet 280, or check.
Yeah, so he limps here because he wants to be able to limp like other hands, like beyond the jacks and the queens and stuff. Like he wants to be able to limp like, I don't know, like does Jack 9 suited limp here? Like it's that kind of stuff, right? 9-10 suited, that sort of thing. He can limp those hands and if he's limping those hands, he needs to limp some strength for balance. That's kind of the theory, right? Sixes.
Oh yeah, it's also a function of he knows his raise should get jammed on a lot. So when he actually does raise, players in the 1K may interpret like he's raising and not really folding a lot when he's opening into this. But if he's limping, his range of hands would have some hands he wants to limp fold. He doesn't want to raise fold. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. He gets to use his hand because it's very kind of disguised in that way, and people still might raise. So I like it a lot.
Yeah, when I was studying with Beepis last week, he was talking about he has a limp strategy on these stack sizes, and beyond the strength, he was like, yeah, like I just really want to play 9-7 suited, and you can do that if you have a limp strategy on this stack size, right?
Yep.
Cool. Army, a lot of people going 190, 190, 190, 190, 190, 190, 190, 190. Dollar bills going 280. He's sizing up though.
Raging Al's going 190. I know what I'm doing here. 190 for Crest Raven. Deuterino's laughing his ass off. What bet size did you guys use in here? 100 for Grips. Check for Big Town Brown. Spoiler alert, I'm going 100 only. Min bet.
C-Star's going 180. Is that your answer? Min bet 100?
No, Raging Al was going 190. I'm going 100.
I'm going 100 too.
Yeah.
Super small.
For sure.
We got kings. We want to get paid. And he's going to raise his 10x in his flush draws, which is good. And I would bet third pot my whole range here, pretty much.
Well, I mean, I think the bigger we go, we obviously start to condense the hands he starts to float with and make plays with, and we don't want to do that. So by going 100, we lay them good odds to continue with all kind of hands that are worse. When you go bigger than that, you start to condense that range. So
yeah, like the overs and
hence the
backdoors start to
reason. I
fold.
mean, you don't have the king of clubs. I mean, it would be nice, make it easier to go 100, but I would still, get more hands to continue when we go 100, giving more of a range, a better price.
Agreed.
So, 190 it is.
190 for us too. Vance, thank you for the follow. Let's find out.
I'm just betting tiny here. I'm betting the min, one big blind, 100. And I'm doing this with a lot of my bluffs as well, or
fucking entire range.
Not necessarily bluffs, even just some random ace highs,
whole,
king highs.
A lot.
And we got to remember here that the big blind's range is any two cards minus the good stuff. So they have a lot of junk, and you're not going to have to bet big to put pressure on that range, which is why I prefer the small bet over the larger bets. Checking, I'm not doing a ton of checking here. Maybe it's possible with 9s and 8s. I guess you could consider a check back, and then maybe some ace highs. You don't want to get check raised off. But definitely with kings, we're want to be going for value, and we're just betting so much of our air that we want to be betting hands like this because we're going to have a lot of air. Opponent just calls. Turn is an ace, checks to us, and our options here are going to be to check, bet 170, bet 280, or bet 450.
Interesting. The ace always comes out eventually when you have kings, right? It's like a 70% chance, I think, of the odds.
It's always, 70% when you get.
What are we doing now? Tina's checking. Love for Oz, one of the coolest guys in poker. Yeah, he's a cool cat. He's cool because, like, he's an interesting cat, too. You know what I mean? He's doing life differently, which is inspiring and awesome. Chip credit going 280. Jerome sizing up to 450. Dollar bill going 170. 450 for Bruce.
Don't be shy, guys. What are we doing here?
We got, like, every bet size in the army. What's the mafia look like?
170, and Regional said, this Faraz guy, real donkey, just shoved it not rocket surgery. Yeah. That's where I'm at. Men bet again is what Deku says. Holy shit. It's not rocket surgery, though.
Jamming pre is also profitable, but not the most profitable.
Where we at, Regional? What bet size? There's no jam option here. What size you like, though? What size?
We got every size. C-Star's going 170, so that's what we're going to roll with. Beat sizing up to 280. Checking for Al.
170 for Arda. 280.
I like that, Julius. That's funny. Are you ready?
Yeah, Regional is checking.
C-Star's going 170, so keeping it small again. But I'm checking the Casio for what I'm doing. I mean, I would be, I guess, closer to 280 is kind of where I would be. I'd probably be like
55% pot or something.
I'd have been 325 in game. I'd hit my 60% button. But, yeah, like 60% or so, too, and then Evaluate River. We still want to get called by the flush draws, and the 10x is going to still float us one. He doesn't have the best aces. So, yeah, I would probably still bet and follow through here. I can see checking.
I think. Wait a minute. No, I'm not checking. I mean,
the one thing I'm checking too is if we check, we kind of.
You're gonna have to turn kings into a fucking horrific bluff catcher.
I was gonna say we cap, and then if we face
and you allow him to realize
bet on the river, it's.
So I'm going 280. Yeah, I mean, I think 280 is the bet size. It like leaves us like an SPR of like almost exactly one or something like that. Getting to the river, there should be like 1,090 in the pot. Or something like that, and then we'll have like 1,080. So, kind of still threatens his range. Still might decide if we can jam. I don't think he has too many ace X versus our limp. Can have 3-4, of course, but I'd still want to bet charge pairs and gut shots, and then like all of his 10x. So I'm gonna bet 280.
I'm with you. That's what I would do. 170 for C-Stars and check for Al though. Let's find out.
Are we getting called? Yeah. All right. Checking here. Yep. The big one. Okay.
This ace may not look like a card we normally would want to keep betting.
Smaller though.
But in this scenario, I actually do like betting. And a big part of it is, first of all, we have way more aces in our range than this player normally. Yeah. But even more so right now because this player should have been jamming a lot of their ace-x. They might have wanted to jam a lot of their worse ace-x that gets us to fold better ace-x pre-flop. A lot of their offsuit aces don't play as well post-flop. They probably would have wanted to check a lot of their suited aces, although people play those differently. Nonetheless, I think it's fair that regardless of if someone's some whiz kid or not, people are going to be shoving a lot of their ace-x pre-flop there just to take the pot down. So because of that, they don't have a ton of ace, and this is a card we're going to want to do a lot of bluffing on. And if the only thing we're value betting is an ace, then we just don't have enough value bets to match with how much we're going to want to be bluffing. So I like going with the bet here. I think either the 280 or the 450 option are both fine. I went with a bigger one here just because I thought it would look more bluffy and I wanted to put a lot of pressure on the player's range. I think it's pretty fair to assume that most people are going to consider calling with 10 here, and this is a high stakes tournament. People are going to consider hero calling with a 5, maybe even something like Jack Queen. Yeah, I imagine Jack Queen's not folding here. And our opponent does have some club draws as possible they're going to continue with, maybe even a pair with a 3 or a pair with a 4. So we do get value out of a lot of hands when we start to think about it. And I think I would normally have gone with the slightly smaller 280 size, but just in game, I just felt like this was going to look weaker. River comes 6 of diamonds.
God damn.
So one more time to us, and we can either check it back or go all in here.
All right, 280 guys, was also 10 points.
Nice.
Okay.
Pocket 1 or 2, thank you for the follow. So yeah, just keep betting.
We got more value, right?
I think you covered a thing too, like a lot of people were kind of shocked that we didn't just rip it pre, but like this is a hand we want to try and double up, and the best way to double up is to play a pot with the kings in general. Doesn't need a lot of protection, even though the ace came out this time. It really doesn't need any protection, and the best way to do that is to keep the bet small and play a pot with them. Not be scared. And when the ace comes, he brought up a good point. Like pre-flop, all of his good ace-x for certain, a lot of his ace-x are just going to jam pre on because of the stack sizes. So we could discount the ace. It's not the scariest thing in the world.
What up, Dusta? How you doing, man? 280, check.
All in, it's not rocket surgery, says Chip Critic.
Big Town Brown is checking. Raging Alice checking here. No all in.
Joel's jamming. Not going all in, just in case ace. Check for Jerome.
It's a little quiet. People are shook.
Jamming, singing Bruce. Peanut butter and jam, says Beats. All in, says Pete.
Yes, all in for the same reasons as Big Bet Turn, DG says.
Check for C-Star.
Interesting, isn't it,
That's
DG?
what we're doing.
He's calling ace-x, we lose to ace-x. What up, PTR, my dude?
Zuda checking as well. We got 2 checks.
Just getting that shit in.
A bunch of jams and a couple of checks. Few checks. Dollar bill checking.
What are we doing here? Ever called by worse guys? Hands cold says check. Goddamn. He called the big term bet.
What's Al doing? Al's checking.
No, Al checked, yeah.
C-Star's checked too. I mean, I'm checking. We bet. And you gave the spoiler after we already got the answers. But like, if we jam here, the 10 folds. So what's calling? Yeah. So I would check.
It's a 1K. I mean, a guy. You know what's interesting? Like, he should check raise his 10 on the flop at some frequency. Like his top pair is at this stack depth,
for sure.
Right?
King 10 and Ace 10. Yep.
Like, I mean, He's probably check raising fucking Jack 10.
On
Nine,
15
I
bigs,
don't-
yeah, I guess you're right. On 15 bigs, you can go with any top pair. So like 9-10, you could do it too. Yeah, sure.
So it's so interesting. Like, what is he gonna show up with here that's worse that we'll fucking actually call? God, I mean, a guy. I guess he can have. I don't even know, man.
I was waiting I was waiting for it.
Like, I mean, because he should be. I mean, 10-8 hero call you 9-10.
It's a big hero call when we
7.
when we bet big on the turn and get
Those
called
might be-
and then jam river. Like we're screaming ace is what we're screaming.
Yeah, it feels hard to get called by worse, but Faraz
Joel-
probably will find some fucking 5-head. Well, he's supposed to call you with the 10 that he was supposed to check with on the
Yeah.
flop. I don't know, like.
Huckleberry's saying every 10x is calling.
But I mean, his 10x is a check raising on flop.
I agree with that too.
I mean, enough a frequency of them are, so it leaves him kind of thin with some.
In a
Yeah,
1K online, he should be like he should be pretty. I mean, there's not going to be a ton of crazy soft spots in a 1K online. So I agree.
I mean, if you discount his ace X, it makes it a pretty easy jam. But all right, I'm all in. Fuck it, I'm all in. Raging out checks. It feels like we can't get called by enough worse, but it feels like we still have the nuts. It feels like our equity would still be
He
pretty high.
did it, America. He's all in. Let's find out. He's not sure. Did you click?
I'm all in.
Did you click? He did click.
All in.
For the same reasons I liked betting the turn, I'm going to keep going with it here. And I'm not completely against a check. This is a thin value bet. But I really am going to want to bluff here a lot and just go for it. Risk my tournament life. Because again, that ace is just such a better card for us. And the big blind's range is all over the place. You know, it's not a situation where, oh, if they're calling with a 5, it's going to be 5-6 or 4-5 suited because someone raised and they called. Again, they're in the big blind checking any 2 cards. So their 5s they heroed with are all over the place. So that 6 doesn't really connect with something specific. And I think opponent will be pretty tempted to call off here with a 10 and maybe even do some heroing again with some 5x and deuce x with a gut shot or something like that. So super thin, but I like it. I think checking is okay as well. But if you want to be a hero and you have an aggressive image, then
give me a second.
it's
Give me a second to catch up
reasonable
to you.
to go for thin value here.
Oh, sorry.
All right, I'm there. Yeah, so checking was 9, so it's super.
He just said it was kind of thin, but he goes for it. And I guess in the end, for me, it just comes down to like sitting there thinking like, man, he just has no ace X, really. I mean, if he sucked out on you, hit a 2-pair or some kind of straight, I guess sometimes. But he can still call with worse, and I don't think he has too many ace X. So this makes this kind of the nuts.
Yeah, interesting spot. I think people are in this spot a lot. I think most people just rip in the 15 bigs, and this kind of shows you, like we said, it's not necessarily the most profitable way to play it.
RW had a pretty cool spot. He said, bet 1 big blind to a deuce, then check raise, induce the check raise, all in, bluff all in, then snap. So bet 1 to induce the check raise and then snap. That'd have been nasty as fuck. I'd have loved it.
Kind of tough to do that with the ace.
Oh no, you just bet the 1 big and he does it and you snap. It's real easy. Once they go all in, you just decide you're never folding. Never folding. Did I win? Raging Al said, I wasn't even going to go there because we have 2 goose eggs.
Oh, I mean, we got wrecked too. I mean, like I said, this is a easy one to.
We got a 14.
22.
Oh, I was about to say, if we won with a fucking 14, a rocket surgery, I mean.
We did it, T-Stars. We did it. Neverland Kings on 15. It actually, I actually think it's probably a strategy. I can check and see. I have some charts we can check real quick. C-Stars, let me know how I can send you the $5, buddy.
But all his. Good job.
Congratulations.
It's all good. It's all good, family. No big deal.
Bigs. We were in the cutoff, right? This chart has no limp. Opens with kings, min raise. What does it do at 12? Yeah, no limp strategy on my charts, but I know it's strategy is a thing.
Cool. Next keyword.
Some people best go back to rocket science surgery school. I like that, Tina. Do you get to see Showdown? No, it doesn't matter. Just make the right play. Showdown doesn't matter.
You need keyword.
Yeah.
You got what you got in mind?
Can Affleck weigh in on limping? I would love to hear what Affleck weighs on limping, but I can tell you what he's going to say. It's a strategy that does have some merit if you can flush it out, but he does not really have an open limping strategy. I only know that because I've heard him say.
I have coaches who do some limping, so
for sure.
Yeah.
6 toes.
They always try to
Just
talk
keep
me
it
into
easy.
Yeah.
6 toes in the chat, guys. All one word. Joel doesn't believe me. He's running that hand. Do it. Cool. Let me know, buddy.
Love the study streams. Thanks so much. Oh, thank you for being here, man. We appreciate it.
Affleck is in here today. He's been playing live right now. The USPC or whatever it is here in Vegas, and so I know he's playing a ton live. Him, Jonathan's playing, Jay Saliba playing.
I'll be there next month.
I'll
so
be
excited.
there.
Anybody gonna be in Vegas next month? Get at me.
I will.
I'll be kicking it at Toe's house and Justin's house only. Well, I might get a room somewhere for a weekend or something, but
so you can have the hangover blowout.
After we ship something, just fucking
have the party at your house.
Hey, hold him. He's nuts. Will be out there. Oh, you live out there, right?
He does.
Hey, I'll see you, buddy.
All right, let's do the Evan Jarvis quiz.
For sure.
1275.
All right, and then we'll pick a winner.
And I got 15 people ready to rock.
All right, I'm ready.
All right,
let's let you go first.
Rolling it, Tina.
Ruh-roh.
You're up.
Ruh-roh.
You're up, Tina.
DG. What up, DG? Has won the giveaway. You love to see it. Nice things. Ruh-roh.
Here we go, Tina. Here we go.
$10. $10 for the first winner of the Mafia today.
That reminds me, C-Stars, I owe you 10 and not, let me make a note so I don't fuck that up. And not 5. I can't send you on ACR right now because I have power running in the background. C-Stars 10. Got it. All right, I'm ready to rock if you are.
I am. We're doing the Evan one. 1275. Let's do it.
Let's roll it.
Hello, everyone. Evan Jarvis here for PokerCoach.com. Today we are reviewing a tournament hand from the $1,100 World Poker Tour Fallsview event I played earlier this year. At this stage of the game, we built up our chips nicely from 20,000 starting stack to 27,000 in chips. Blinds are 200, 400 with a 400 ante. We are dealt ace-jack offsuit under the gun. Action is on you. What should you do? Should you fold, call, min raise to 800, or 3x to 1,200?
All right. What are we going to do?
So we got 50 effective. 50 effective. What's your strategy? You got a 3x, a min, you're limping, or is this not even in your opening range here?
We got a few 800s, and then the ladies of the Toe Army, Tina and Chip
900,
Critic, coming in at 12. Jeff Gem
8.
joining the ladies with 12. Pete Cyrus,
Yes,
12.
my dude. What up, Gravy? How you doing, man?
Kelso, thank you for the follow. Not in your opening range. Fold for Zooted. 12 for J. Rome.
Hands cold is limping. So I see a limp or two. I see a limp in there, and then a bunch of mins. I have not seen a 3x.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3x's, and then a bunch of 800s, and one question mark potential fold on the gun.
Yeah. So
Tina,
DG is just min raising.
We're gonna find out if this is in range. No spoilers, Tina. No spoilers. She's going 12.
All right, cool. Min. I mean,
Min.
I don't. Be given the options, I'd probably be like 1K, 50 effective. 2.5, but live you can just very fun player here, and yeah, I'd probably just go min raise. I don't see a reason to go too much bigger.
Me too. We're still not like super deep, so we want to keep the bets small and often. This isn't cash. This is 1100 WPT.
WPT falls view. So all right, yep, min raising it is here. DG's gonna min
And so this is definitely in my range, Tina. I would open. I would open ace 10 off here too. So yeah, king queen off as well.
So many players go ACR would actually open jam here. Hell no. And what, the micro?
50? Woo.
Where are these games? Where are these magical games at? Stop hoarding these games to yourself and share them with the people open ripping. The 21 hyper.
Ace 10, I'm a maniac. That's true.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
As I say in many of my tournament quizzes, the sizing here not too important.
50 bigs under the gun. Am I crazy,
The
Evan?
important thing is the decision to play the hand. Ace Jack offsuit is an above average hand, including on a 9-handed table. And with antes out there, we're going to want to get involved in the action, not by folding. That would be getting out of the action, and not by calling. It's not the type of hand we really want to invite action with. Maybe suited, but not offsuit. We want to come in for a raise. Whether you come in for min raise or 3x, totally stylistic. I prefer 3x, and both options are very valid. We get not one, not two, but 3 calls and see the flop 4 ways. Ace, 7, deuce. With a flush draw giving us top pair, jack kicker. First to act, what should you do? Should you check, bet 1,800, bet 3,600, or bet 6,000?
What's the most incorrect option here? Because that's the most correct. Because it's Evan's quiz. So, what are we doing? No, I'm kidding, Evan.
Yeah,
he said 800 in chat, and then he did 1,200 in game. That's awesome.
He gave 10 points for both. He covered. He hedged his bets.
I know. How old is this quiz, man? How long ago did you play this tournament, buddy? Or do the quiz? Like make this quiz? I know how long they take to get through the pipeline. So he says, man, it could be a year, right?
Evan, yeah, it's also like ace 10 off at
This
40
before poker closed. Yeah,
under the gun. Look, I ain't crazy. I ain't crazy.
All right. Shit. So what's the option?
What's going on here? Tina going 36.
PTR going
Kelso
18.
going 36. 18. Lots of betting.
Check for Deuterino. Maybe longer if the quizzes now are making the solver stuff. Probably won't see them. Oh, shit.
Lots of 36 out there.
18, honey. R-Dub's going 39.
Lots of 36 out there.
Yeah,
30 checks. 1, 2, 3, 4 checks.
All right. DG, I have not run this sim. I know.
7 checks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to see what you did. Yeah, make sure to tag. Oh, he said 1,800. Make sure to tag us in chat. Forgot to throw that out there if you are picked. It helps us find your answer easier. So if you are picked, just tag us with your answer, please. Thank you. 1,800. We're going 1,800 here.
Tina going 36.
What are you doing, Tao?
Toe's going super small. I'm betting 0. Check. I mean, you'll see in these multi-way spots, like when you're the first to act, you just check range an ungodly amount of the time, for sure. For sure.
I mean, it's gonna be just so tough. Even when we lead here and get called, there's still like diamond turns. We can be indifferent, thinking our opponents can have just all the 2 pairs and sets. Are we betting for value? Are we betting? Are we gonna be? How many streets of value does this hand have in this position? Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe. Would you see bet your ace king here or ace queen? Or are you checking your entire range here?
Well, I was a check range here myself, but also I think the one good thing about this hand is that we didn't get 3-bet pre, so ace queen and ace king.
This is almost like the top
out of range. So this is like top. So like now I'm considering. I'm still checking, but I would definitely consider check raising with what I think is top, and try and get the money in that way. And you'll be surprised. Like the way this should play out should be check all the way around to the guy in the back seat, and the guy in the back seat should be betting range, and then I get that bet plus I get to check raise it and pick up value from the diamonds and worse ace X. So I build the pot that way. So I would seriously consider check raising in a spot like this.
Yeah, I see it too. Me too. I mean, if I'm betting 18, and if not, I'm probably check raising. So, yeah. I mean, you will see ace queen flatting. I don't know if ace jack's gonna always, because ace queen should flat in some of these spots and not 3-bet. You know, so some players will have it, especially live. Cats like to flat. Just ridiculous shit.
Huckleberry says ace queen would be mostly flatting behind you though. Also sets out there.
Yep, ace queen
sets out there. And I also think ace queen's a kind of a mixed hand. I think a lot of people just raise ace queen.
Not
so
live,
while I
bro.
do think they flat, this isn't online.
This is live. I said live.
Yeah,
motherfuckers
you don't
will
think
flat the fuck.
Okay.
People are flat, dude. People will flat everything.
Okay.
Please don't check.
I was gonna say
no, we got to
mix,
bet.
but I think
18.
a lot of people raise it. But that's
would
fair.
bet.
I don't have too much of an argument there.
Yeah, because you don't play. Yeah, the live cats will flat everything. 18 here. I would probably bet in this situation and bet small. To be honest with you.
Cloud on the Moon, thank you for the follow. So
I
would check
range and good as it. I would bet, but yeah, 18 for me, small.
Check raise for me. Let's see what happens. We're going 36 because that's what Tina's doing.
18 here. Let's do it. Bang.
This is a very above average board for both our hand and for our range.
I'm going to run this
spot. 7 deuce board is going to favor us, the under the gun player, the most.
Yeah, Tina, I think you did.
Ace king, ace queens, ace jacks. While the other players, in terms of the aces they have, are going to be more of the ace jack, ace 10, ace 9, suited aces. Below that, ace 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. So overall, we're ahead more often than we're behind in this situation. And it's a good opportunity for us to get value. We have a very fun player who's going to be calling way too wide pre-flop and on the flop. And most of the time we have the best hands. The cutoff and button probably would have squeezed if they had ace king. So it's really just ace queen. And then those suited combos of ace 7 and ace deuce we need to worry about, as well as sets. Can't throw monsters under the bed.
Hold on.
We want to bet our hand. Question is, how much? And given the types of hands that can call us, we probably want to go with the smaller sizing here of 1800. If we had ace king, or if we had pocket sevens, there's more merit to going with the larger sizing, because now hands like ace queen, or in the cases where we have sevens, ace king and deuces, we can get value from all those very strong hands, and so we'd want to go for a larger size to get more value. But since we're looking to get value from, marginal type hands, we can't bet on the larger size because that would fold out those marginally. We go for a small size here, about a third of the pot, and get a call from the very fun player, which is the player we wanted action from. Turn is the 10 of spades, which brings a backdoor flush draw that we have the nut blocker to. But the bigger thing to consider with this hand is that now one of the main hands we are beating, ace 10, we are no longer beating. So action is on you. What should you do? Should you check, bet 3,500, bet 6,500, or go all in?
Whoa.
Evan said, he said something funny. Let me scroll up here real quick. He said, GBT says, fuck what Grip says. I'm going to the solver. I like to run these hands too because, multi-way is tough, and I think it's one of the least solved spots in poker. And so I'm looking at these a lot. So I am going to run this one to the solver, just not because I don't believe you, just because I want to know for my own sanity.
No, me and Toe argue poker all the time, and I'm 100% right in spots, and he'll be like, I'm still going to run it. Like, dude,
yeah, it ain't personal.
If you don't stop wasting time.
Oh, it's never a waste of time.
I know what you mean. I
grow my sim collection. I collect them like baseball cards.
Goddamn right. Well, I'm right.
I collect sims like Jonathan Little collects fucking Magic the Gathering cards. Crawl to the Moon has a question.
What up, Fakey? How you doing, bro? What's up?
Crawl to the Moon has a question for you. He played micro stakes back in 2018 and 19, but quit for a while and is looking to get back into it. How would you say the landscape of poker has changed since then, if at all?
People are much better, and you're going to need to VPIP more and play more hands, and you can't just be a nit, and you have to work harder on your game than you used to be able to just autopilot. Now you have to put in a shitload of work, and that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I think
The landscape is just tougher, so you're gonna have to work harder.
I agree.
It ain't printing.
The game gets harder and harder every year, and it does. And now solvers are around; it gets even harder. And so, if you want to be like, beat your home game, get good, and hang out, that's one thing. If you want to crush online, you just got to work incredibly hard. 6 is a nice study, 4 hours a day, 4 days a week for most weeks. And so if you're not doing that, we are. So you have to keep up. And there are guys like Affleck who study more than we do. And so if you want to be a Matt Affleck, you got to do that.
Cool. DG's going 6.5K here. Woo.
I got to catch up here.
6.5. Gravy's going 6.5. PTR is Keck W'ing and going 3.5. So we're mostly seeing bets, and looks like 60% there mostly. No small bets on turn. I just got GTO, but I need to figure out how to set it. GTO plus. Oh, I see.
6,500, 65, 3,500. 3,500.
Are you guys cool with BBZ or just Jonathan Little? I'm cool with everybody. Why not be? Just a student. Why not?
I think, if you want my honest answer for that, I think BBZ is a great program, but I also think it's not for up-and-coming players and that you need to have a particularly solid base before you would do BBZ, whereas this site is very good for all levels of players and is super interactive and good that way. I would say that was my opinion on what the biggest difference is. BBZ is great. It's really expensive, but it's also not for low-stakes players.
25. All right, where did they go? Let's keep it moving.
Sorry, I don't know. Tina, what are you doing?
Make sure to tag us in chat. It makes it easier to find.
Tina's going 3,500.
All right, we're going 65. I'm definitely betting again. There's no fucking way I'm checking. If I think I have this much equity rather than being in tough bluff catch mode, I can see myself probably going 3.5. I think 6.5K is just too much. Condenses to a lot of hands to just have us beat. Maybe 3.5 still gets. I mean, he still gets a price with flush draws and some worse ace X. And god damn, maybe we want to go 6.5 now that I'm thinking about it. If we go 6.5 though, it feels like we're going to be. Are we just jamming blank rivers? I don't know. I'm betting for sure, but I'm just indifferent between 3.5 and 6.5 and what it does for the SPR. What are you doing here?
6.5 for me. I'm definitely going to just do the alley-oop if I bet the flop. Otherwise, I would check raise, bet turn, probably bet river smaller.
Yeah, probably overall strategy. 6.5 is better. 3.5 just gives too much hands, and we still just cost ourselves value when we can get called by worse ace 9, ace 5, and ace 8 and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we still get called by enough. It's still strong enough. I'm going 6.5.
Yeah, the 10's a shitty card, but like you said, still has ace 6, ace 5, ace 3, ace 4, and the flush draw. So that's good enough for me.
Yep.
Tina going
5 for GG. So
35 for Tina. Let's find out.
Please help me, please. Piss.
In this situation, I'm often going to be mixing it up between checking and going with a small bet sizing. This player, being a very fun player, is still going to have more weak aces than the average player would here. So there is still some value to value betting them and getting paid by, ace 9, ace 6, ace 5, ace 4, ace 3. And if we go for the smaller sizing too, there's an outside chance that a fun player like this may call again with 7-6 suited, 7-8 suited, trying to river 2 pair, even though the odds aren't quite there. So against this particular type of player, a fun player is going to be loose and stationy. I like going for a bet here. Also, we're going to get called by all flush draws as well. And for 3,500, we're giving them close to the right price, but not quite the right price. So we're picking up some value there. The larger bet sizes, I think we could do if we had a stronger ace or a set, because same as previous street, we can extract value from the weaker. We can extract value from stronger hands that are weaker than our nutted hand. but in this particular case, we kind of can. So with this part of the range, I like a small bet. Checking makes some sense if you think your opponent is not going to call a second barrel here with an ace, but will look you up on the river. If it goes check, check here, then checking and going for the 3,500 on the river instead makes a lot of sense. But given our opponent is stationy and also will call with all the draws, I prefer a bet over a check here in this particular instance. We go 3,500. Our opponent calls. River is a 3. That's another suited ace that we're no longer beating. Action is on you. 16,000 in the middle. 13,500 behind. What should you do? Should you check, bet 3,500, bet 7,500, or go all in?
Oof. It's a little weird. It's definitely a little awkward and weird.
Why'd you put your SPR like this, man?
I like that Evan bet smaller here. He was really targeting this player type. So definitely can get behind that for sure.
True, makes a lot of sense. Like, thought this player would just fold some shit they shouldn't fold when he goes bigger, condenses his range too much. Now that we get here and he doesn't raise turn, all the draws bricked. Feels pretty good. What size are we betting? Are we checking? We shoving? What do we like?
What the hell am I doing here?
I know what I'm doing immediately, but this is going to be wrong. 7.5K PR.
3 of Noctilus. Cyrus is all in. A bunch of 75s out there. It's up to you to bet first right now. You have the initiative, Tina. Check to induce a bluff from the misdraw, says Pete.
Definitely betting, just unsure between 3.5 and 7.5.
There's a bunch of 7.5s, a handful of all-ins.
Hey, all-in mafia.
I can run this in simple 3 wavers. I actually wrote it down to do it because I'm curious myself.
Oh, yeah, there was we went four-handed, right? We started this hand four-handed.
Yeah, I'll just cut out one player and run it 3-way.
And it's not true.
That's close.
Deuterino shoving, torn between check call and 3.5K.
I'm also have a tear of pride for Bruce actually asking for Pio. You're coming around, Bruce. You're coming around. I see you.
All right, let's do a 7.5K. If everyone player would probably not slow play a better hand. All right, DG's going 7.5K.
So is Tina.
Oh, sweet. What are you doing here?
And I would be lying to you if I said I didn't jam.
You would be.
Yeah. I said I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't.
I know. I'm all in. But, I mean, we've set up this weird SPR. Everything missed. I don't know. I'm definitely just jamming. But will he ever call a jam in a million years with the worst hand? So 7.5K
more likely
is a
to
practical answer.
I think one thing that works in our favor, that they're more likely to call with a weak ace because the diamonds missed. And so they're like, oh, we could have weak flush draw, and that induces people to call a little wider. So I think that really works in our favor. I think other than ace queen that may flat behind us some, we're doing pretty good here. We still beat ace 8, ace 9, ace 4, ace 5. Yeah.
I guess 7.5K allows you to bet folds if you thought this player was just
1,500, slow 30 bigs behind.
7.5K allows you to get value from worse.
Yeah, what is that?
More worse hands. Like ace 5 might not call the jam.
That might be the right answer.
I don't know. 7 point, and then if he actually shoves, he was slow playing like a set or hand that needed no protection in the back seat. So you can actually fold to a fun player who would have no bluffs. And then 7.5K gets called by all said worse hands, where if we go all in, he might even fold some of those worse hands. And then only call with the goods. Maybe call with ace 8, ace 9, but
yeah, 7,500 is about 45% on the dot. So that's an interesting one. I'm trying to think of where we are in our. Yeah, that might be right. That actually might be right.
All right. I mean, this is
whereas like ace 10, ace 7 would be a jam.
We don't need. Yeah, I mean, Evan played this 18 months ago.
Tina says, "I did it for showdown value. Is that right? No. So if you check to check call because you have showdown value. Your hand is strong enough to check and call a bet, but not strong enough to bet yourself and get called by worse. That's the kind of showdown value. Okay, so we're going 75. That's what Tina's doing. I could definitely see that being the answer. I could see jamming too.
Oh, I mean, we're probably jamming, but I
Yeah,
can
but
see
I'm a
5 in
spaz.
this space. All right, 7.5. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
At this point,
Check.
it's
Interesting.
very difficult
Excuse
to
me,
get
what?
3 streets of value from a worse pair of aces. If we are going to go for a third street of value, I think we need to go with a very small sizing as we did on the previous street. Called 3,500 on the turn. We bet 3,500 again into a pot of what will be 20,000. Will be what he's facing. 3,500 call into a pot of 20,000. We may get that hero
brick?
call, that side call from an ace-9 suited, ace-8 suited type hand. Maybe even a 7. The larger bet sizes only really get us called by better hands, and there's not really, we're not going to bluff out ace queen, ace king, ace 10 on this board. So the larger bet sizes are out the window. It's between small sizing and checking. And given that he's probably going to check behind with the consideration is the weaker aces that we could value bet are going to check behind. Ace 9 suited, ace 8 suited are going to check behind. Same with ace 6, ace 5, ace 4. Ace queen may also check behind. And if he had a slow played ace king, he may even check behind that as well because he decides that the pot is big enough. So given that there are more combos of ace king and ace queen offsuit than there are the lower suited aces, I think the value about balances out between checking there instead of betting. But when we check, we also have the opportunity to extract value from a missed flush draw if he decides to turn diamonds into bluff. So since he's a fun player who's going to be in there with all the suited hands,
so again, exploiting
checking
is an okay thing.
Slightly better than betting in this spot to give him an opportunity to bluff at it, which he does not do with the 8-5 of diamonds. But we played our hand in such a fashion that we got pretty much max value. Unless we know he would have called a bigger bet on the turn, which case a slightly bigger bet on the turn makes more sense.
He's a very fun player.
I just
we played the hand pretty well.
Rips in the chat.
Got pretty good value and increased our stack to 36,500, which is almost a double stack in the tournament, and sets us up nicely for future situations. Anyway, this has been Evan Jarvis for PokerCoaching.com. I hope you enjoyed the quiz and learned a thing or two, and I look forward to seeing you the next one.
Yeah, a very fun player, which is why he's in his hand, right? And he should have bluffed the river with that hand. He's got 8 high, and so Evan going for the great exploit, and it just didn't work out.
Call there. He said he's just gonna need to miss and bluff all his missed draws, and he didn't think he could get 3 streaks from worse.
Mm-hmm.
Well played, Evan.
Yeah, this is the question on the river.
That was really good. I like
when he did
that's really good.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's like 90% or whatever, but he's like also can't get 3 streaks from this player.
True.
A lot, and then sometimes he gets jammed on, but he can always bluff catch, and this player needs to turn
in this hand.
This draws in the bluff.
Yeah.
So it's great. I like this.
The big question mark was C-bet on the flop or no. I'm going to run it just for my own sanity. I'm trying to figure those spots out. So that was super interesting. The rest of the hand was super good. And that was good too. Absolutely.
Oh, we got 33.
Oh shit. We got 33 too. Tina did great. It's a coin flip.
Oh no.
It's a coin flip. Check call.
You know what time it is. Heads or tails.
Check call. 16. He's got.
Whenever we get a tie in the chat, they flip. Okay. So
I would be check calling, John.
So we're watching a flip here on toe screen.
Did you call it? Oh, Tina
no, heads
called
or
it.
tails. Oh, Tina called it.
She says heads.
Oh, she called heads.
Flip it.
Get her out. Hit the road. Tails it is.
Bang! She did it. She was contrarian and got there. Hey, nice one, Tina. Hit me up. Let me know where you want your money. Congratulations. I don't really run the super multi-way spots like Munker is good for. But I do have simple 3-way. I run 3-way spots.
Yee.
We did it, America. Your catchphrase is catching up. I give you all the credit for it. But it's one of my favorites.
Hold on, man.
All right, we got time for more. So while Sixes is still with his kids, we will get ready with the keyword, which is going to be, of course, cat jam.
Cat jam. Nice. Hold
We
on.
did it for sixes. We got to make him feel good about him getting his ass
Cat
kicked today.
jam. Get my ass kicked. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's going on here. The mafia is never deterred. We're alphas over here. We good. Cat jam. There it is in the chat. Get the cat jams going. Oh, DQ. Oh yeah, DQ. I still got you on that 5, my dude. My bad. I'm gonna just do it right after this.
You want to do Matt or jail?
We can do. Let me see. I'm not even there. Got my kids in the background.
Tina says Matt.
That's fine. I mean, yeah, it's whatever. Either one. Both good.
We'll probably end up doing both.
Toe jam. We should get a toe jam one. A bouncing toe.
Uncle JL.
So we're gonna which I'm sorry, which one I was zoned out?
1274. We're doing the bracelet event.
Oh, sweet, that'd be a good one.
TQ doesn't need the money. He's too rich.
You love to see it. All right, cool. I am ready when you are, sir.
Let's draw it. Cress Wavin. My wife would love that screen name. You're in for the army, buddy. Let's do it.
Hands cold. What up, my dude? Let's get it, man. Represent. Good luck. We're gonna be doing this Afflex quiz, the bracelet event.
Yep.
He final tabled one not too long ago.
I don't know if it was a bracelet. It was a ring, right?
A ring event. Yeah, it was a ring event.
He won a ring the last series before, too.
Yeah.
The guy's a beast.
Yep.
All right, Cress, let's
buddy.
do it. Let's do it, Freddy Krueger. Ready?
All right, 1274. Yep, I'm on it.
All right, continuing our WSOP bracelet quiz. This hand we have King Jack of clubs on the button. Folds to the cutoff. We're playing about 100 big blinds deep. We raise to 825. Should we fold, call, or re-raise to 2600?
What are we doing, Cress? We got the pretty King Jack suited.
King Jack suited on the button to a cutoff. Raise 100 bigs deep. I see something that just makes this really easy. Spoiler alert.
Oh, shit.
Drider says call, or re-raise. No.
Cress calling.
What are we doing here, Goods? Pick one. Call or re-raise.
Lots of calls and a couple of savages out there.
3 bomb for D Coop. DB sitting out. Call for Gravy.
Most calls in the army.
Wow. It's crazy to me. So hands cold.
We don't always raise. The army's got some flat sixes.
Hands cold, just flat.
We're balanced.
GSD calling. Did your guy go?
He did. He's just calling. Call City, he says.
I'm snap 3-betting this.
Me too.
100% of the time. The dude's sitting out.
Well, I mean, even if he wasn't sitting out, I'm still 3-betting.
Even if he's not, but now that he is sitting out, dude, there's just no way.
Yeah, I would flat this as we get shorter. These suited connectors these suited paint become more flats. This deep, I am definitely. Plus, it's a late position raise.
He ain't getting away. I mean, he just can't get away with this when he's sitting out. He's going to be wider, trying to steal this. I mean, it's our button. Our hand plays well. I mean, yeah, we just leave the keys upstairs.
I mean, in this exact spot checkers happens, I would 3-bet both offsuit and suited.
All day, yeah. Our dub, exactly. Never ever calling this spot. But all right, we're calling.
We're calling. Most of the army called as well. Let's do it.
No bullshit.
I'm pretty indifferent here between
indifferent, he says.
3-bet and call. Since we're so
Let's see
deep,
what the chart says.
We get a 3-bet hands like this. We're going to be a lot more linear with our 3-betting range, and this is probably towards the bottom of that linear, like 3-bet value type of range. Like King Queen of clubs, I would definitely 3-bet here. King Jack of clubs, you can kind of just split 50-50.
Right.
Base 50, it off,
50, he's sitting out 100%.
Your opponents. In this hand here, the big blind is sitting out, so the cutoff is probably slightly wider than they normally are. So we can 3-bet slightly wider for value. And we get a 3-bet this hand at this stack depth because we can call a 4-bet. So if we make it 2,800 and he makes it 6,000, we can just call in position with the king jack of clubs. Versus if we're shallower stacked, it's going to be harder to call a 4-bet. So we're going to be more likely to flat a hand like this. So I like to call this time. And we go heads up to the flop. 10, 7, 5 with the 7, 5 of diamonds. And we face this small c-bet. Should we fold, call, raise to 1,800, or raise to 2,400?
I'm
so
looking
you
at the
used to have
chart.
a saying for this. You used to have a saying for this when Matt used to do stuff like this. Matt, where you go on?
Got nitty on me? Yeah. Looking at the chart, though, king, queen, king, jack, and king 10, 50-50. 3-bet or flat. It is completely mixed. Yep.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but it would just be 100.
King, queen off, king, jack off, also mixed. King 10 off, also mixed. At 100.
Play that spot. Yeah, you mix it up, hands cold.
Mm-hmm. Can we fold for 600? Crest coming out with the snap call. Raise for John Wiseman.
Sitting, I'll have to lean on the guy opening. Yeah, for sure. If he wasn't fighting, would be good. Yeah, for sure.
Bet out of position, so he's protecting, says J. Rome. I say bet out
Below
of position
average.
because he hasn't run cutoff versus button sims. And he's making a mistake. No folds. The whole army calling. And one raise because John Wiseman's a savage.
Just calling is good. Flat call. I mean, yeah, 0 folds.
Yes. 0 folds.
All right.
Two raises and 0 folds.
I mean, I'm never folding. Can we make a case for raising a hand with
No, we need to have at least a club out there. You have to have enough equity, like as a safety net, and we have none. We have 2 overs and a backdoor straight.
I mean, you've never seen me do shit like this.
With a club, though, you could consider it, I imagine.
But you got to also, I mean, his range is still kind of uncapped, even though he's using a shit size, or he might be using this size with like he still has a lot of strong hands in his range.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we just turn this into a bluff. I'm never folding. So
nope, I can't fold for quarter pot. We have to call.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Kind of a weird bet size. First, it's a bet size. It's not really a thing on this board. I think I like just calling here. I don't hate folding.
Is that the real fill lag?
I don't want to fold because A, we have like still a decent amount of equity and we're getting an insane price.
No.
But B, like,
no.
When he's betting really small like this, like, I just want to kind of punish him in position. As the deeper stacked you are here, these boards that are going to change a lot. So this is a very dynamic board where like almost every card in the deck is going to bring like a straight card, a flush card, an over card. That's really good for the in position player, and that's why the out of position player doesn't want to be betting much here. So we're going to go ahead and punish him here with the call. I mean, folding is whatever. It seems pretty weak versus a sizing, versus a larger sizing. I would definitely fold with no diamond or heart. And then raising, it's all right, but I think we have better hands to raise with, more efficient hands to raise with. Not much good here comes from raising this hand. Like, we might get like a weak ace high to fold, but we can get those hands to fold later on anyways. So I'm just going to call here and play our kind of pair draw in position. Jack of diamonds on the turn. And we
pair
just
draw,
check.
that's funny.
Should we check? Bet 1,200, bet 2,000, or bet 3,200?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
Pair draw.
I like calling on the pair draw is a funny thing. I never heard that before. Spiked our pair draw.
Bro, I was on a pair draw. I just floated you with a pair draw.
He was protecting his 10. If he was protecting his 10, Jerome, he would bet larger than quarter pot. 3,200. Almost pot for Dennis. John going 3,200 as well.
Bet small, Snakey. What's small to you? Just the smallest, 1,200. Drider's going 3.2. Big Town Brown. I see all the options. There it is. 3.2K, and bet small and check. 1,200. Oh man, Hands Cold's going 2K though. What we got going on over there?
Crest going 1,200. There's all the bet sizes here. No checks though.
Oh, this is an interesting spot. Deuterino checking. I don't know. 2K for Deku. Kids are fighting. Great.
Who's winning?
Hopefully my son, but maybe not. Hopefully my daughter, I should say.
That's right.
Yep.
2K, 1200, 2K, 3200. They're just mixing all bet sizes.
Yeah, I think I'm going 2K for me. Wait a minute. 2K for sure. I'm not.
Yeah, 60% is 2200.
Yep. 2K for me.
2K for me too.
Yeah. I think it accomplishes enough in regards to charging his single diamond straight draw hands that he would call with, like ace king, ace queen with the diamond that might have bet small and then just check, trying to realize. So we get to charge a lot of single diamond hands at max value from a 10x if he has that. And I mean, this hand just kind of needs to be bet. I don't think we check here and allow him to.
Yeah, value and protection.
With a shitload of rivers, an ace, a queen, a diamond. There's just so many rivers that
8 or 9 make it weird.
Yeah, just like we have like literally right now we probably have like when he checks and he should be betting twice with all his flushes and things like that to build the pot. When he doesn't bet again, it feels like we should just definitely be betting. We have like over like 60-70% equity plus. I mean, we should definitely just be betting. 2K for me.
Me too. I'm with you. 100%. Got nothing to add. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Let's do it.
1.2 is what we're going because that's what Crest was doing.
Well, I'm sorry I clicked it.
Cool.
We'll all piss.
Obviously a very good turn card for us. Because there's a diamond here, 9-8 got there, diamonds got there. You can go either way, check or bet here. We're not going to it's going to be really difficult to get 2 streets of value here. So that's why we can check this back on the turn. I think ace-jack. I mean, we'll still check ace-jack some. But we prefer to have a diamond in our hand just to block some of the stronger hands that they're going to check call with or check raise. So, again, like a lot of these spots, I'm kind of indifferent if you want to check or bet. And if I'm going to bet, I think like 60% pot, 2,000 makes a lot of sense. We don't want to go much larger than that because then we're just repping like straights and flushes and 2 pairs. If we go much smaller, we're giving them a really good price, and our hand is just worth more than like a 1,200 chip bet. So we don't really want to bet a 10 here. So it doesn't make much sense to bet much smaller than the 2,000 here. So check or bet 2,000 I think are both very good options. I went with the bet. Like I said, because we're not going to get 2 streets of value, I prefer slightly more the check. But betting here is definitely fine, especially depending on your opponent. You could definitely, if you have an opponent that's going to call you way too wide here, then bet now, get your value, check back the river, or evaluate on the river, and we get a fold. And yep, that's part of the reason we just don't want to fold the flop. We're just going to.
So we got a 28. I don't know. I mean, what do you think about checking that turn? Like Matt brought up some reasonable points, but for me, it just feels like the fucking equity is just going to shift too often, and we're going to be left with some weird bluff catcher on a lot, or just I don't know. I don't feel like we get. Go ahead.
Yes. I just agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even in game, he went that route, right?
Yeah, even in game he bet because intuitively it probably felt natural to bet and like he needed to bet. Even though he gave check a 10, he did what he felt his best. And I don't know.
How much was the bet? Your bet? My bet was was it an 8?
Yeah, we got an 8. We went 2K. It was an 8.
So it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's still good.
Small bet was a 4. Just not big enough.
Yes. He says.
Cressy did really good, man. The turn bet was a little too small, but we eked out 24, so I think he got us on this one.
Hey, we did it.
Why so did he, man? John Weissman says I'm always wrong, but this is the place. We always say it. This is the place to be a chat pro, and if you're gonna be wrong here where it's free. Get better, and then go crush the tables.
Good job, Hands Cold. You know where to find me, my dude. Make sure to whisper me. This one was for 10. We were waiting for the first winner of the day, and you did it, my dude. Congrats. I'm gonna ship you a 10 spot. ACR, PayPal, prefer one of those methods, but good job, buddy. Way to represent. 10 Bitcoin giveaway.
Close one, Chris. Close one. You had to go into the river. Or the turn. I keep saying the river. The turn. Oh, we got time for one more, right?
Yeah, we got time for one more.
What do you want the keyword to be?
Grips.
Grips.
Because he's gonna be guest hosting next week while I'm on vacation.
That works for me.
So we'll make it Grips.
Grips to the chat for you to be drawn next.
Also, we'll put the exclamation point PC in the chat. Make sure to give that a follow. Check that out. Check out the site. Free quizzes, free content, free tools, great coaches, bunch of free shit, man. If I was just starting out in the game again, if I had to start back over and I didn't have any money to spend, I would be eating up all the free shit that I could find. That's pretty much what I did. And I think there's a lot of value out there if you guys really search and you're kind of hunting for value. So check it out. A lot of good stuff. And make sure to hit that follow button for my man Toe as well. Out there fucking crushing it as usual.
Exclamation point PC in both chats for you get the link to sign up for free.
Yeah, if you're
it ended on a turn, Bruce, because we bet and they folded. We won.
Cool.
Jonathan now, yeah? 1279?
Yes, we can do 1279, the ace queen of hearts. Yep. All right, give them another second to get in there.
Cool. If you guys like this one, we do this every Saturday, noon Eastern, so make sure you tune into that. We also have guests pretty frequently, and we've had some amazing guests. Jesse Sylvia, Greg Raymer. We've had Evan Jarvis on here a bunch of times. We had Affleck on here a bunch of times. We're this close to getting Jonathan. We're this close. So we're working on that. We've had Tristan. We've had a lot of people on there. So if you want to catch this one, you want to catch anyone we've ever done in the past, you can do exclamation point YouTube in either chat and get the link to sign up to that. You can also see the hand history review that Sixes did alone with Affleck. So that's up there too. Yeah, so check that shit out. A lot of good stuff for you. Sixes is too rich to care about the free stuff now. Facts. He leaves it out there for you guys. You know, it's not greedy.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah. Whatever. Fatal Wedgie, thank you for that follow. And good luck.
Fatal Wedgie is the greatest screen name ever. I love it.
Like, is that what that says? It's good as fuck. Yeah.
I love it. All right, let's draw a winner.
Yep.
Ortsy 19. Welcome. Representing the Army.
Day pass. Let's go, my dude.
All right, 1,000 buy-in tournament. Let's run it and see how it goes.
Who you got? Who won on your end?
Ortsy.
Oh, sweet. And we got Day Pass. Good luck, Day Pass. Let's see. Which one were we doing again?
Jonathan, 1279.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Yep.
Here we have Ace Queen of Hearts on the button, facing a raise from a tight aggressive player, make it 1.2 million, so 2.4 big blinds. We're playing 50 big blinds deep. There's 40 players remaining in this tournament. It started with 1,000 or so we're very deep in this. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 3.2 million, or re-raise to 4.8 million?
This is gonna be an interesting one. Because I know what I would do. I'm not sure if what I would do is what Jonathan would do or not.
All right. Good luck. What we doing here?
Dennis coming out first with the call.
Big time. Goods calling through. Going 3.2. 3-betting. Okay.
A lot of the Army calling here. Cyrus raising.
You're never flatting this.
John says, I would re-raise, so we should probably call. He's hedging. He's leveling the quiz.
You're lying. That's me. Okay, PTR, pretend that's me opening under the gun. Then now what are you doing? 4.8? Jamming. That's me there opening. You're re-raising 3.2, he says.
We got a good mix between 4.8 and flatting.
I would raise always 6 ways. Didn't John say he was tight? He did. Said he was a tight. Dude, I got 33 million chips. These are a lot of chips.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a call though, right? Yeah, oh, wait a minute. I don't know if they both went. We flatted.
See, Orts is going 3.2.
Wait a minute. At Crazy Sixes. Re-raised to 4. Day Pass, what are you doing again? Wait, I'm sorry. He did tag me. Oh, he's going 4.8.
Okay.
Okay. Day pass going 4.8. I think that's what he tried to do.
Or it's going 3.2.
Probably flatting.
Oh, I'm flatting too. That makes me excited.
Yeah, I'd probably flat this, play a post flop in position. It's nice because one of the guys in the blinds does squeeze and under the gun folds. We have a snap.
Yep.
Which is kind of nice. You keep in a lot of worse ace queen necks. Or yeah, a flat.
Yep. I'm happy you said that because I'm flatting and I'm not sure Jonathan's going to flat or not. So we'll find out. We're going 3.2 though because that is what Ortzy's doing, which can't be a huge mistake, I imagine. But I would definitely be flatting myself.
Yeah, let's see. Let me make sure. 3.2 as in position call, ace queen off. 3-bet suited. I think I would 3-bet offsuit and flat suited, more playability.
Me too.
And yeah, I don't know. Feels reversed to me, man.
Me too.
But we're going 4.8. I would just make it sure, like he actually said that, but he did. All right, cool. Let's do it.
He said tag, yeah. Cool. 3.2 it is.
Sorry.
We have the best hand the vast majority of the time. However, if we do 3-bet and get 4-bet, we can't really fold, but that would be very, very bad. So you're going to find that, for the most part, these big suited hands like ace-queen, ace-jack, ace-10, king-queen, king-jack, king-10, all these suited hands really like to just call and see the flop. They flop amazingly well, and if you 3-bet them and get 4-bet, it's not great. So this is a spot where you would almost certainly rather just call and go from there. We see the flop heads up. It comes queen, 9, 4. With one heart. We basically have it all. And under the gun bets 1 million, so very, very small. Should we fold, call, raise to 2.8 million, or go all in?
It says oops.
What are we doing? We banked it.
Shove.
Call. Calls in the army coming through.
Easy call.
Ooh, chip critic raising though.
Loves to check, so we are checking.
Call. Swizzle betting.
These guys in their quarter pot bets out of position, keck W. Oh, these C bets out of position. How many times do you get 4-bet though?
Here? What? When?
No, I'm reading in chat. Somebody says. The nice thing about calling here is you keep in worse hands. It's not like you just 3-bet win the pot. Like they don't all, I don't know. It's nice to be disguised here, in my opinion, a lot. Like with this hand, we keep in a lot of worse queen X that he has in his opening range, and certainly ace X. Get to float it a lot. Like a lot of good things can happen by flatting this. What up, Noisy Mine? What up, D? How you doing, buddy?
Mostly calls and a small smidgen of raises in the army. Ortsy calling.
Yeah, it's all calls here. We fold out worse hands when we raise, Crest says. Preach on, preacher. What we doing, Day Pass? Don't be shy.
I know what I'm doing.
Is it wrong?
What I'm doing?
Yeah.
We'll find out. I mean, I know what I'm doing. I don't know what Jonathan thinks about it.
All right, we're calling here. Day Pass calls.
So did Ortsy.
All right.
Never, ever call. I'm raising. I'm at top. I'm raising top. I would call with a weaker queen. Something like Queen Jack or Queen 10, where I don't beat a lot of the Queen X, but I'm trying to get value down from worse Queen X and from things like Jack 10 and things like that. A10 of spades, King 10 of spades, things like that. Definitely raising. I wouldn't jam. I think we're a little too deep to jam. I want to get called by worse, so I am going 2.8. I would probably go closer to 3.5 in game, but 2.8 is the option here.
We're not balanced. We're only raising for value. You would never do that with Jack 10. So when you raise an uncapped C-bet, you only have strong hands. You have no, it's not mixed. So I'm only calling because we don't have a strategy where we're mixing in a raise with a fucking 9 or 4 or something like that. So when we raise this guy's small bet, we fold out worse, and like our hand doesn't need a lot of protection. I'm only calling. Raising here just... he's uncapped.
We're gonna have to run this one off stream because I am so certain of the raise. So this is the fun stuff. We'll run this one in the solver.
Yeah, I mean, just intuitively in the way I've seen these spots. I mean, maybe we can start snap.
King Queen and Ace Queen here. I'm like almost certain is going to be a raise, but we'll run it and find out for sure because I could definitely
do a C bet. I mean, we don't have like, what else would you raise? What else would it raise?
I'm not balanced here. I'm going for max value from worst queens.
But if you raise my C bet here,
and Jack 10's coming along,
like,
and 8-10 suited's coming along, King 10 suited's coming along. Jack 10's obviously.
I mean, if I
along.
ever get raised in this spot and I'm uncapped, it's like the guy has no fucking bluffs. He's raising into my range, which contains all the strongest queen X sets and aces. So what the fuck are they doing? So it doesn't make sense at all to raise an uncapped C bet.
We're gonna find out.
All right, we're calling.
We're calling too. That's what Ortiz doing. Let's find out.
But yeah, maybe Jonathan likes building the pot here because we are fucking 48 bigs deep. But let's do it.
This is a situation where in the past I would virtually always call. And I still think calling is going to be the best play against the vast majority of people, especially tight, aggressive people. But if your opponent is more inclined to have random gut shot straight draws like 10-8 suited, you probably do just want to go ahead and raise in this scenario because the opponent's bet so small to the point that whatever price they're giving themselves is clearly a great price. Well, it's a great price, right? And if they could voluntarily put in, let's say, 2 big blinds to guarantee they see the turn a large portion of the time, I mean, that's actually a pretty great result for a hand like 10-8. They would otherwise have to fold if they checked and I bet, or if they bet bigger, they would completely kill their implied odds. So if you know your opponent's range contains a whole bunch of draws, which even here it still conceivably could if they have King Jack, King 10, Jack 10, etc. But if it does have a whole lot of draws, you want to raise. That said, against the low jack player / under the gun, raising as a tight aggressive player, betting the flop, this is a bet that's usually made with just their entire range. And obviously we're in fantastic shape against the entire range. We want to keep the opponent's range wide. Also, I think you're going to find that the tight aggressive players are a little bit quicker to fold hands that are in bad shape like pocket jacks, whereas a loose aggressive player would just like never fold pocket jacks here if you raise. So against tight aggressive people who fold kind of early with marginal made hands, I'm way more inclined to call to force them to stay in the pot, which is what we do. Turn is the ace, and the opponent now bets 2.7 million.
Big.
Should we fold, call,
Folds there,
raise to 7.2 million, or go all in?
So yeah, let's look at this one.
I love it because he listed all the hands that I listed, and I thought that the draws were calling. And he said, if that's the case, you should raise. But his argument was that this player isn't necessarily calling those hands. So it's an interesting argument, definitely. You covered both sides.
For sure. And I think the vast majority of the time we don't see quarter pot. But yeah, you make a good point when they go that small, like they're giving themselves just too good of a price. And most people, when they see bet out of the position, they're like 30 to 60%, I find. And if that's the case, I think I like calling a lot more. But when they go quarter pot, yeah, you make a good point. We kind of want to charge some of the gut shots and stuff. So yeah, good point. We'll have to look at it with both bet sizes today.
Yeah, for sure. I'll run it right after the call. Lots of calls in the army now and a couple of raises. C-Stars and Jerome popping it to 7.2.
Yo, we got a raid from Smitty PLO. Thank you so much, buddy. Really appreciate that.
I mean, they have aces, kings, and queens in the range, Joel, but like we blocked the fuck out of that.
Oh, thank you, DG, for giving my man that shout out, my dude. Thank you. So day pass is going 7.2 million in this spot.
What is Ortsy doing? I don't see you out there. Up there he is, 7.2 as well.
No problem, buddy. Thank you. So once again, now we're raising a double barrel. Wait a minute, what did you do?
Ortiz raising.
Ortiz raising, as is day pass. Can't raise here. You cannot raise. What would our bluff be? What would our, like, he's still uncapped. He could have, like, if you were actually in this spot and had, like, ace jack, ace 10 or something like that, are you raising? I don't know, man. If I had ace king in this spot and undergun spot and somebody decided to just blast 7.2 here, looks pretty strong to me. Like, I don't know what your bluffs would be. I don't see what worst one pair hand would decide to do that. So what I'm saying is I want to call, keep my range wider, allow him to keep betting worse value hands, and then just rip river. So Raging Owl's all in. R Dub is just calling again. Irish Stud is just calling again for sure. We think we could. I'm here to learn. All right, cool. I'm ready when you are, buddy.
As played, I am never, ever raising here. Like, I was raising the flop to get worse queens to call. The problem is when we raise this, there's no more worse queens are calling. And it's hard for him to have an ace. We have an ace. And so, yeah, like, the good thing is we're in position, too. So if he checks river, we can always bet the river and get value that way, right? It's not like we're out of position where we can check and he can check back. So I am 100% with Mr. Crazy Sixes. He ain't that crazy. 7.2 is what we're doing, though, because that's what Ortiz doing.
As is Day Pass.
All right, let's do it.
So now we have the best hand almost every time. And given we have the best hand almost every time, we have to ask, how do we get money in the pot? Well, if the opponent does not have an ace, they're drawing thin to dead. Of course, they could have a gut shot or the Jack 10. But the odds of that are pretty low. And for that reason, I don't think we really care if we keep the opponent in the pot. I kind of mentioned this on the flop, but my fear against a tight aggressive player is if they do have a hand like ace-5 suited and we raise them, they're just going to fold. And that would be a disaster, because if we call, they're going to value bet the river and we're just going to get a bunch of money in the pot. And also, if the opponent is randomly bluffing with king 10, even as a tight aggressive player, they may feel inclined to bet the river, right? I mean, they should if they're sitting there with king high and they lose to all the queen X and the 9X, which should be a whole lot of my range. Because you got to think a lot of the random ace high, like ace jack, just folds. I guess ace jack doesn't fold to the flop bet when they bet so small. But this is a situation where I think we have a pretty easy call, because if we raise, we're just going to end up getting a whole lot of folds. Yep. And we really do not want to get a whole lot of folds. I understand the idea that we want to get the pot big so that we can get all in by the river. But notice that if the river is a blank and the opponent bets any amount, we can then jam over that. So we'll still be able to get money in the pot, and at that point, maybe if the opponent has a hand like ace-king, they'll find a hero call if Jack 10, king jack, and king 10 miss. So we do call, river is a king, and the opponent checks.
Oh, shit.
Should we check, bet 3.2 million, Woo. Bet 7.2 million, or bet 11.2 million?
I think I found a leak in my game, Day Pass says. Yes, this is what this is here for, and it cost you 0 to find it. Hey. Rather, you didn't lose an actual stack. Lost a couple points in the quiz, you didn't lose money. So, good, buddy. Probably the worst card, shaking my head. Bet 3/4. Irish Stud says, sheesh. Just thinking the king got there. Yeah, this is interesting, man.
Dollar Bill says, check and realize. There's a bunch of checks. Tennis checking, Swizzle checking. And then there's a handful of 3.2s, and Bruce going pot.
He's leading.
Check for J. Rome.
Drider, fatal wedgies going. Just checking. PTR 3.2. Snaky going 3.2. Would bet bigger here for
tons of small bets.
But
tons of small bets. Handful of 7.2s. And a ton of small bets.
Oof. I don't know. Big Town Brown's doing something.
Chip credit played the fifth, so checking.
Bolt to shove. Hands cold says. I think I'd go 7.2. Raina says. Pot. Dude, this is a top seed everything out there. This is actually a good river. This is very interesting.
Well, we got our first pot size bet. Or 2. I think we have 2 pot size bets out there.
Motherfuckers out there potting this shit. I see you. What are you thinking here, buddy? Day Pass is going 7.2, I believe.
If it was some aggressive player, I would snap jam twice pot. Considering this is the taggy player.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. He checked. I'm sorry, man. I didn't want you to say
the taggy player, and I don't think they'll call it twice pot. I am snap betting pot.
Pot?
Snap. He doesn't have Jack 10. He doesn't have Ace King. He doesn't check the river with those. He absolutely 100% bets those. He's never going to check him because we check behind so much. So he's capped. I'm at top of range. I have 90% equity. I would jam twice pot in a heartbeat against sixes. But this guy, I'm just going to bet pot. I might even go like, well, we have 20 million, so he is going slightly, over half our stack. Yep. Hammer time.
C-Toe is with me. Do you ever fold?
This is my hammer
here?
time dance.
I was thinking about going.
90s
I was just
kids out
thinking of
there.
like.
Get that value time.
Well, I mean, I think, like you said, it's kind of the nuts, but then we have to like take the extra level and like think about what we're targeting and what can call. Like, I would never go all in because I would never get called with worse.
That's
so I'm
why
gonna
I'm
bet
going pot.
something that can call a worse. So we'd be targeting like ace jacks. I don't think he makes that big bet on the turn with king queen. So that's kind of out. Like, I probably would just go 7.2. 3.2 makes some sense to get called by like a lot more of his ace X. The 11-2 is just never getting called.
I guarantee you, if you run this in the solver.
I know what the solver
No.
says.
I agree that this guy. I agree that this guy's not going to
Doesn't
call
matter.
the jam. I totally agree that this guy's not going to call the jam. But I bet you, if you run this in the solver, it's going to tell you the jam.
I don't give a fuck about a solver in a 1K versus a tag opponent. Like his solving range, none of that matters. This is just like this.
No, I don't think he's going to call the jam, but I think he's going to call pot.
You think? Yeah, I think he would call like a bet for sure. I'm just wondering if he would call like ace 5 for pot. 0 fucking % chance.
I don't think ace king ever checks the river crest, baby.
I would go 7-2 or 3-2. I would never. I mean, pot. I would do that versus online on pot or overbet, but online. I mean, a live 1K. Nah, a tight ass guy. I'm just trying to get paid.
You definitely don't bet small. 3.2
Not with
is
this much
1,000% not a thing.
Yeah, 7.2 was my initial, so 7-2. I'm sorry.
And I am polarized here. Yeah.
I jam if the other player is
I'm top of range.
All right, cool. Let's 7.2 is what we're doing. Sorry.
We are, I think, the small bet, 3.2.
All right, let's go.
This is a weird spot because a lot of tight aggressive players will check everything here besides Jack 10, which includes Ace King, which includes sets. You may say people really check a set on this river. A lot of people will, because if they think if they bet, if they get called or raised, they lose. And obviously that's not necessarily true. Like if I'm obviously calling this every time, but a lot of people will check Ace King, Ace Queen, pocket nines, etc., looking to check call. So against people like that, you should be highly incentivized to check. That said, if you think about the opponent's range, what's it really look like here? Most people probably bet Ace King and better on the river, although some people will check exactly Ace King, which means when they do check, their ranges may be Ace King and worse, because you got to think most people bet sets, although some don't when the obvious draw comes in. But if they bet sets and better, it means their range is Ace King and worse. So if their range is Ace King and worse, we should value bet. If the opponent has a hand like, I don't know, weird pocket jacks, they're just going to fold every bet, right? So we don't care about that. We really just want to get called by an ace, and it's very easy for the opponent to have ace jack or ace 10 or a low suited ace at this point. And I think all of those will probably call about a 7.2 million bet. Now, obviously, they will call a 3 million bet more often, or almost certainly. But notice the 7.2 million bet probably gets called by all the ace X almost as often as a smaller bet. And in reality, like, they're not calling with anything worse anyway. So if we are going to bet, we usually want to bet on the bigger side. That said, we don't want to go huge, like 11 million, because if we bet 11 million, then the opponent's going to start folding out some ace X, which they probably should when it runs off with a king. And obviously that's a disaster for us because that's what we're trying to get called by. So I typically like value betting in this scenario for about 7 million. I let it go check though this time. I think this was a mistake. I don't hate checking. I don't despise it. If you told me you had some read that the opponent really liked their hand, or if this guy is like really tight, really straightforward, well, maybe not even straightforward, maybe really tight and really tricky, then perhaps you could justify checking, but I don't like checking. I think we have a pretty clear value bet in this scenario because we have the best hand almost always. Not always, but certainly we have the best hand, I don't know, 60-something % of the time we bet and get called, because ace jack and ace 10 always call a medium bet. And obviously there's way more ace jack and ace 10 than there is ace king. So I messed up here. Does go check though, and we beat pocket sevens for an interesting bluff on the turn. And clearly this we would not have gotten called if we bet any amount, but obviously that's not how you want to analyze poker. You don't say what would happen this time, because this time's not what matters. What matters is in the long run, and I'm pretty sure in the long run we're going to be better off going for a value bet on the river.
I like seeing stuff like this.
If we do value bet river, by the way, and get jammed, we have to fold, just to make that clear.
So he was going to bet fold. She said we couldn't go too big because it was condensing
he
his
still
the
went
range
big.
of
He went
hands.
7 to 11. It's pretty big. I mean,
Yeah,
I would
that's
go
what
at
we-
least 8, 9. I would do the 80% the least. But yeah, he said he made a mistake on the river.
Oh yeah, man, what a good ass stream. We have 24 for that.
23.
Really? Wow, I did not think we were gonna win that. Holy shit!
We got crushed on Turner River.
Wow, Day Pass, you did it, my dude. Good job, buddy. I thought your ass was dead, son. I thought you were
we got hit
dead
real
as
bad on
hell
Turner River.
on the turn when you got it too. I was like, oh, we're dead. Hit me up, my dude. You know where to find me. Make sure to send me a whisper. And everybody, good luck today. Good luck tomorrow. Ignition has the Millie tomorrow, so I'm gonna be streaming that. Looking to win 6 figs. We have got 30th in that tournament before, so you never know. And yeah, guys, make sure to give Toe a follow. Hit me up, and if you guys need anything, let us know, man. Thank you guys for the support.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you follow my man, Crazy Sixes, ! Caster. Crazy Sixes in the chat for there. There's a link for you. Also, make sure you type ! PC in the chat for you to get a line, sign up for free for 20 free quizzes, big blind charts for 100 blinds and more, and a bunch of homework assignments. If you like this one and you want to see anyone we've done in the past, or this one from the beginning, make sure you do ! YouTube so that you can watch all those. And a little teaser. It looks like one of the Toe Army hit up Greg Raymer again and said you should come back on, and he said he was down, so we should make that happen again.
Raymer back on here.
But yeah, I mean, hey, Raymer's cool. So make sure you check all that. We do this every weekend, noon Eastern on Saturdays. We appreciate you guys, and that's it. You want to throw the host over to what? Grips, I imagine?
Is he streaming right now?
Yeah.
Oh, he is? We got to drop it off to Grips. Grips will be taking my spot next week. I'm not going to be here, guys, for the study stream next week. So if this is the only day I see you, I won't be seeing you for potentially 2 weeks. So much love. But yeah, let's raid the Grips.
All right, my man. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Peace out, fam.